Who are you?
I'm Travis Scott.
One of the world's biggest rappers.
#1 on the Billboard chart for 4 weeks. It was the best-selling hip-hop album of the year.
Travis Scott isn't just a rapper, he's a cultural phenomenon. Today his name is tied to chart-topping singles, multi-million-dollar sneaker collaborations, and a lifestyle that screams luxury. His empire stretches well beyond music, touching fashion, branding, and even pop culture itself. Worth over $100 million, Travis has become the blueprint for how artists can transform into business moguls. But what makes his story even crazier is where it all began. Born Jacques Webster II in Houston, Texas in 1991, Travis spent much of his childhood living with his grandmother in a tough neighborhood known for crime and poverty. And even though those early experiences exposed him to a rough environment, they also shaped his resilience. Later, he moved with his parents to Missouri City, a quieter suburban area outside Houston, where life felt more stable. From an early age, Travis was drawn to music. He learned to play drums and piano before shifting his focus to beat production as a teenager, spending hours experimenting with sounds on his computer. And after briefly attending the University of Texas at San Antonio, he dropped out to pursue music full-time.
I mean, I left college like my sophomore or junior year, college. So when I went to New York, I stayed with my homie Ashton in New York. So it's probably about like 2 years, maybe like 2.5 years. Once I left college, like on a journey from like school to like trying to put out a rap album, you know.
A decision that changed everything. Travis's first serious steps into music came with 2 early groups. The first, The Graduates, was formed in 2008 with his longtime friend Chris Holloway, and the duo released a few tracks online. Later, he teamed up with OG Chess to form The Classmates, experimenting with rap and production while sharpening his skills. These projects gave Travis his first taste of creating music professionally, but he knew Houston wasn't enough to reach his goals. So determined to make it big, he made bold moves to New York and eventually Los Angeles, sleeping on friends' couches and chasing opportunities wherever he could. But his persistence paid off when industry heavyweights like Kanye West and T.I. noticed his production work.
That's when T.I. reached out to me. He was like, yo man, I think you're tight. You know, I'm gonna keep watching you. And then I kept going, and then like I met the guy that's my manager now, and he like got me with Kanye, and then it's just been popping.
By 2012, Travis signed with Epic Records and became part of Kanye's Good Music production wing. And that exposure set the stage for Al Faro, 2013, and Days Before Rodeo, 2014, which began building his dedicated fan base. Travis's first major label album, Rodeo, dropped in 2015 and marked a turning point in his career.
Okay, so this album, why did you choose this cover? Take a look at this. What made you be like, you wanna know what? I'm gonna be an action figure.
Man, I felt like I should have been born like that, man.
The project was bold, experimental, and cemented his reputation as an innovator in hip-hop. Rodeo debuted at number 3 on the US Billboard 200, selling about 85,000 album equivalent units in its first week. And if you don't understand what album equivalent units are, it's basically a sales metric in the music industry where one album sale is equal to 10 song downloads or 1,500 streams. So using Spotify as our sales estimate, where each stream is worth about then we can estimate his album brought in about $380,000 in its first week. Its breakout single, Antidote, became his first true mainstream hit, generating tens of millions of streams and peaking at number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100. And the album's growth didn't stop there, because by August of 2024, the album went double platinum, meaning the album sold about 2 million units. So now Travis was able to pull some serious revenue from performing at festivals, shows, and from music sales and streams. So, by 2016, Travis Scott was unstoppable. His next album, Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight, debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart, selling around 88,000 album equivalent units in its first week, with 53,000 in pure sales. Pure sales meaning the direct purchase of a physical or a digital album. This album marked his first chart-topping project, but from then on, his catalogs, singles, and collaborations began stacking billions of streams instead of just millions. Songs like Goosebumps with Kendrick Lamar racked up over 1 billion of views on YouTube, easily contributing hundreds of thousands of dollars in streaming income. But Travis didn't stop there, because in 2018, he dropped Astroworld, and the album was a cultural moment.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
You're crushing. I mean, #1 album. Platinum, the whole deal. I gotta say, the record's awesome.
When you were creating the album, did you expect that it just wouldn't be the biggest rap album? It's now the biggest album, period, in 2018. How does that feel?
Man, it's a numbing feel. It's an automata to my hometown, so I have to just make sure I kind of like hold it down for the whole city.
The album opened with a staggering 537,000 album equivalent units, including 270,000 in pure sales. The song Sicko Mode, featuring Drake on the album, became one of the biggest rap songs of the decade, with 1.3 billion streams on YouTube and over 2.4 billion streams on Spotify as of today. And over time, Astroworld has become a certified 6 times platinum hit in the US, meaning it has sold the equivalent of over 6 million units. And with this hype behind his career, this allowed Travis to easily sell out stadiums and tours instantly, grossing about $53 million in 2019 alone from his Astroworld tour. And unlike many other artists, Travis didn't rely on just music, because he began turning his persona into a full-blown brand. And in 2020, he partnered with McDonald's for a $6 meal and a collaboration between his Cactus Jack merchandise and McDonald's vintage history. And this partnership was so successful that restaurants were sometimes running out of ingredients, and he earned an estimated $20 million from the collaboration. But despite that kind of money flowing in and Travis now owning luxury cars, mansions, and insane jewelry collections, in the year 2021, a dark shadow was cast upon his career. Of course, success hasn't come without controversy, and most notably, the 2021 Astroworld Festival tragedy cast a shadow over his career.
We begin with a deadly concert disaster in Texas and the investigation into the crowd surge that left 8 dead and hundreds injured. Lots of new details coming in overnight.
Stop the show! Stop the show! This morning, new video shows those chaotic moments that had fans pleading for Travis Scott to end his Astroworld Music Festival as it turned deadly.
The tragedy also triggered lawsuits, boycotts, and worldwide media scrutiny. A stark reminder that with great scale comes immense risk. And while it drew massive media scrutiny, it also showed how big Travis had become. So despite the backlash, Travis's career didn't crumble. Instead, he continued releasing music, headlining festivals, and staying relevant across both music and fashion. His latest album, Jack Boys 2, which he released in 2025, proved his wealth and hype around his brand even more, when he even gave away custom Lamborghinis to select collaborators on his album. But the real secret to his $100 million fortune is diversification. His Cactus Jack Music record label signs artists like Don Toliver and Sheck Wes, earning from label cuts, publishing, and artist growth. His Cactus Jack clothing line consistently sells out, often in minutes, capitalizing on hype drops. His Nike/Jordan collaborations have become highly sought after designer shoes. For example, some Travis Scott X Jordan 4s resell for over $500 on StockX, and it's estimated he earns $10 million annually from his Nike deal. And that money won't be stopping anytime soon, because Nike recently reported they are extending their partnership with him through 2027. So, from a college dropout in Houston to a global superstar with diversified revenue streams, Travis Scott is proof that combining artistry with sharp branding can create a $100 million empire. And today he's not just a rapper, he's a business strategist, fashion mogul, and cultural curator. But the question which remains now is, will he continue expanding, or has he already reached the peak of what his empire can become?